Okay, Powers and Laws of Exponents, Part 5. So this is the last in a series of lessons that is meant for you to watch all 5. I have a welcome video showing you how this channel works. I have an intro to numbers and operations video to show you how this playlist works. So please watch those, take the time, and we will get into the lesson. So here's our objective. Here's our vocabulary. Here's our rules and laws of exponents. But you need to know the identity rule. And you're going to come back to these. So any base is understood to be to the first power. I got the 0 rule in here. Okay. So these are your rules that you're going to go over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. I think there's 10, but I think we covered them all. Somebody might separate power of a fraction rule into 2 different rules. Different books sometimes do different things, but it's all good. It basically comes down to the same thing, so don't worry if one book has 7 rules and another book has 10 or 11. Once you do some math or some fractional math, you'll see that you'll come down with these 9 rules. Okay, let's get into our examples. Okay, 1/6 squared times 1/6 to the first times 1/6 to the -4th. And look at this. We're multiplying, so that means add the exponent. 2 plus 1 plus -4 is -1. So 1/6 to the -1 gives us 6 over 1. The flat fraction flips. 6 over 1, which equals 6. And this is simplified. Okay, let's look at example 2. -0.5, 2 plus 3 is to the 5th power. So -0.5 to the 5th power. This is where we type in our calculator, just like it's written. Parentheses, -0.5, close the parentheses, caret 5. So your parentheses, so I'm going to write this out how you would put it in the calculator. You would write your parenthesis, which is over the 8. The negative button is down near the enter sign, down at the bottom near the decimal. 0.5, close the parenthesis, which is over to the 9. Then hit the caret button and hit 5 and then hit enter. So I'm assuming that you all have the TI-84 at this point. And let me calculate this for you. And the answer is -0.3125. Because 5 is an odd number, I knew I would get a negative amount of negatives, and a negative amount of negatives gives us a negative answer. Okay, looking at example 3. Well, the base is all 2/3, so let's deal with the I'm going to only talk about the exponents. So you get 3 plus -7 plus 1 over -4 plus 0, because they're all multiplied. So we're dealing with the multiplication property. 4 minus 7 is -3 over -4. -3 minus a -4 gives us +1. So now we get 2/3 to the +1 power, which equals 2/3. And I know it looked complicated, but once you simplify and have a good understanding of how the laws work, you just take it one problem at a time, one piece at a time. And these are our examples for this lesson. Please see me at the end of the video for the recap. So everybody thinks they hate fractions, but let's just deal with the 1/4 as a fraction and deal with the exponents. There's no exponent on the first one, so that's to the first power. So we have, just dealing with the exponents, multiplication, and when we multiply, we add the exponents. And 1 plus -2 is -1 plus 3 is +2. So we got that. And so when we simplify, we do 1 squared over 4 squared, and 1 squared is 1, and it gives us 16. Same base, 1.9, 5 minus 3, and that's 1.9 squared, and 19 times 19 is 361, and so that's 3.61 is our answer. And also, another thing, it's good to know your squares up to 25. I believe in an earlier video I had talked about getting a multiplication table and trying to get it out to 25. I believe it was in the very early ones when we did multiplication or multiplication of integers. So please refer to the multiplication chart so that you can memorize your multiplication quickly, because I'm going to assume that you have that resource at hand. So when watching these videos, please get yourself a multiplication chart that goes 30 by 30, and you'll be able to quickly see multiples of certain numbers. Okay, so this one looks very difficult, but I am going to show you how to separate these. And so we're going to deal with the exponents on the top separately from the bottom. And if we deal with the exponents on the top separately from the bottom, we'll see we'll have the same base. 3/5 is our base, and it will stay our base. So we'll have 4 plus -6 plus 3, which gives us 3/5 to the first power. And then we'll have 4 plus -2, which is 3/5 squared. And then dealing with the base, 3/5 to the 1 minus 2 gives us 3/5 to the -1, which is 5/3. And now we cannot leave this as an improper fraction. So if 3 goes into 5 once, you have 2 left over and 3. And so this concludes our lessons on dealing with exponents. I hope you have some place to practice these, and are looking forward to being successful in dealing with exponents. We are now going to move into applications of exponents. So please stay tuned by subscribing and hitting that notification bell for many, many more videos dealing with math to come. So this is the end of this video and this series.